If you do not know who you are, you can never fully love yourself. Hello, Mirembe Mwesi, Mirembe Handi. Welcome to Nabwire Chesa TV, where humility plus simplicity equals authenticity. My name is Mildred Chesa. I am a life, marriage, and relationship coach by experience and a broadcast journalist by profession. On this channel, we will learn, discuss, experiment, and have fun. We will learn and discuss different topics on marriage, relationships, family, um, hygiene, spirituality, and lifestyle as a whole. Welcome on board, and let's walk and travel this journey together. My main aim is to help others rediscover themselves and just become an all round person. On today's topic, the question is, who are you? Many times we assume we are who we are because of where we come from, the families we find ourselves in, and the environment we have been raised in. And many times that lingers in our head and really at the end of the day makes us feel like that is who we truly are. But the question is that who we truly are? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Or are you both? And if you're an introvert, are you an introvert because of the traumas you went through and therefore they made you to feel like you're not good enough? Therefore, you became an introvert because of that. Or are you an introvert just because you are an introvert naturally? Are you an extrovert because of the traumas you went through and it forced you to want to be seen, want to belong, or want to want people to just recognize you and see you? Therefore, once you identify all this and look deep into it and find out why are you an introvert or an extrovert, that will explain to you who you are as an introvert or an extrovert. It will help you understand if you're an introvert or an extrovert because of your traumas or because that is who you truly are. And if you find out otherwise, then you will start your healing journey to rediscover who you are as an introvert or an extrovert. Are you a slow person or a fast person? A slow person, like you take time to comprehend issues or you take time to understand issues. And if you take time to comprehend or understand issues, is it because of trauma or is it because that is just who you are naturally? And if you're a fast person, are you fast because where you are raised, you needed to do everything like very fast? Or is it just in you, like you like things being done very fast? Therefore, you have to identify such things and really heal and learn or unlearn those that you need to unlearn. Are you an impromptu person when you're making decisions, or you have to comprehend first before you make decisions? That is also very important because it helps you understand the kind of person you are and the kind of people you have to really be around, or understand others who are not the way you are. Therefore, you have to learn if you are somebody who just makes impromptu decisions, or you're somebody who has to really dig deeper and understand why you're making the decisions you're making. And once you understand that, it will be very easy for you to stand firm on what you believe in and who you are as a person. And all that, as I said before, you have to understand whoever you are in making decisions, is it coming from a place of trauma, or is it coming from a place of who you are as a person? And also, when you are an impromptu person, is those people who don't think about the consequences before they do anything. They just do it and go with it. And those others are those ones who are very careful, like they have to really dig deep, they have to know the consequences before they get into something. Therefore, identify if you are either of those. Are you generous or stingy? There are people who are just naturally generous, like they would just give out stuff and all that. And there are people who would not do that, you know. And I don't think anybody should look at the other person a different way, because everybody has what they have and everybody is free to be who they are. Therefore, if you are a generous person, understand these other people who are stingy. Maybe they are stingy because they like being generous with a reason. So we call them stingy, or they just don't feel like they want to share what they have, and that is who they are. So if they identify themselves as that, you as a generous person, be around generous people so that you will not feel a type of way about this other person, or they will not be talking you away from being the generous person you are. Therefore, it is very important to understand who we are so that we fully embrace the different characters that we are. Are you a people's person, or not that you hate people, but you just don't like being around people like that? And that is important because sometimes we find ourselves in families, situations, uh, job jobs, and everything that involves people. And sometimes, because you're not a people person, it will be very hard for you to like blend in or just be around others, and they will be looking at you weird. But the real thing is, you really do not know who you are when you're around people, because you're not a people's person. And once you identify that, then you will put yourself in situations where you don't have to keep explaining yourself to people. And if you're a people's person and others don't understand that you always are around people, you always want people around, you always want crowds and every and all that, some people will not understand that. But when you understand that for yourself, then you will surround yourself with people who have the same mindset. But until you know who you are when it comes to that kind of a person, then you will always be questioning yourself, or putting yourself in situations where you have to really keep explaining and explaining and explaining and explaining. And one thing you have to understand is, because you will always have these self doubts, you will always feel like you're doing so much to please people, you will always feel like you need to do this to get this, or you need to be this person to belong, or you need to do ABCD. But if you understand who you are, it will be very easy to love yourself, because you will eventually accept yourself for who you are. And even if somebody comes in a different way, you will be comfortable in your own skin and confident in the person that you are. So you will not need to keep explaining or become whatever everybody else pictures you to be. Let's say you are a go getter, and some people are compromisers. Like you, when you set your goal to do something, you go for it, and until you're sure that you cannot get it, you will do everything to get it. But another person will be a compromiser, like they will be like, no, if it reaches this point, I'm not going to pursue this thing anymore. And they are comfortable with that. And you, as a go getter, should not feel like they are weak because they are compromising. You should also be able to understand that they have their own capacity to reach that place they have reached. And therefore, the more we understand who we are, the more we are fulfilled as people. Like, do you like having fun for you as a me time? Like, fun for you is when you go out alone, you experience things alone, you travel alone, and it's not because you're lonely or unhappy, it's just because that is what is fun for you. And some people may not understand, but for you, because you know who you are as a person, and you know if you go with people, you will not enjoy, but if you go alone, you will enjoy. Therefore, you have to also understand that and know, I'm this person who just likes going places alone and having fun alone. And if you're somebody who knows that, but for you to enjoy having fun or to have fun, you have to have people around. You also need to know that, so that if you're around somebody who tells you, let's just go out, the two of us, and you're this person who enjoys when people are more or whatever, then you have to be sure inside of you and say, no, I'm a people's person. I have fun when people are around, making noise, making merry and all that. Therefore, you will be so happy to stand your ground and say, I am this person who has fun when people are around. Not because you are afraid to be alone or anything, but just that's just who you are. And therefore, once you understand these things, you will be able to accept yourself for who you are. You will heal from your traumas and you will start embracing who you truly are. And that is what is really important. And therefore, if you truly want to find self love, you have to understand all these things together, and that will help you choose your partners, choose your friends, choose your jobs, and choose everything that makes your character stand out and makes you feel fulfilled. That was all for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, stay simple. Remember to like, share, comment, and hit that notification button so that every time we upload a video, you will be notified. Kwaheri.